today on Divorce Court.
Kenny's my best friend and my significant other. He does some things that a man's supposed to do, but he won't commit to me.
My issue with Shelly is she's controlling and she's possessive. She basically doesn't want anybody else around me but herself.
He thinks he's God's gift to women. I'm not about to bow down to him. If he doesn't commit to me, I want to find someone who will.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Shelly Brabham and Kenneth Trotter. The two of you have been together for 2 years. You do not, well, I'm not going to say that. You want him to put a ring on it already.
That's
or
right.
you're going to bounce.
That's
Mr.
right.
Trotter said you're not having it.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what you're going to do. But why don't you tell me how we got here to begin with, Miss Brabham?
Well, Your Honor, we met on a dating site about 2 years ago. He was like really there for me and my kids. He stepped in when like nobody else would. So basically right now he feels like I owe him something. He feels like, okay, because he was there for me and my kids when nobody else was.
Well, how many kids do you have?
I have 6.
You have 6 kids. And how was he there for you?
Well, basically, at the time, I had a situation going on with my house and things like that. So I needed a place to go, so he opened his doors for me and my kids.
He took you in?
Yes.
After knowing you how long?
Probably about a good 6 months.
Uh-huh. Mr. Trotter, I mean, why? No, I mean, and I'm not being facetious or anything. I mean, that's a lot. A woman with 6 kids, did you feel bad, or what was going on?
The biggest thing is when I see people, any female that has more than 5 kids that doesn't have a significant other around them, like my mom, she was one of them. She had 7 kids, so I tend to help out anybody that does.
Because you've lived that.
Yeah.
And you didn't want her to live that, and or her kids to live that.
Well, the thing was, she needed help. The person that she was seeing at the time, he wouldn't even get off. He wouldn't help her, so I tended to be the one to be there.
Since then, has the relationship progressed? He brought you into your home. Have you become a couple?
So basically, he let us in the house or whatever. He helped take care of the kids. Everything was good, so we did everything as a relationship should. But anytime anybody mentions a commitment, he feels like the walls are caving in on him, like the world's about to end or something like that.
Well, when you first moved in with him, what was the game plan? Did you discuss an exit strategy?
So basically, the plan was for me, basically, because I have 2 sets of twins, 2 singles, so I don't just have straight single like that. But anyway, when I first moved in with him, my plan was just to save some money for a couple months and then move out. The plan wasn't as far as a relationship or anything like that, but, Your Honor, if some man steps up and help you take care of your kids and stuff like that, of course you're going to develop feelings for him. Mm-hmm. So, he stepped up, he helped and did whatever. So as the relationship actually progressed, then I started to wonder, I'm like, okay, feelings are getting deep, we're saying I love you word. Okay, so it's like a year later after this, like, what's up? Like, I don't have to be with somebody that's not willing to commit to me. So he feels like I owe him something because of what he did. So I feel like he's taking my love for granted because I do a lot of stuff for him. I'm there for him as well. I care for him and everything like that. But when it comes down to commitment, because my auntie asked him, she was like, well, if you love her and all this other stuff, you're there for her, you're doing what a relationship does anyway, then why won't you commit? So he feels like somebody's his damn slave or something. He doesn't want to be slaved in. He doesn't want to go through slavery. He feels like anything having to do with a title is enslavement. Okay. And that's some BS.
All right. Okay. Well, let me ask you the very same question. When you let her move in your house, what was your exit strategy?
I guess I didn't have one. No, the biggest thing was I wasn't really thinking about an exit strategy. I was thinking about the help at the time. She needed help with her kids.
Were you already romantically involved with her when you let her move in, or did that happen after she already moved in?
Casual dated before she moved in, and then once she did move in, of course, it's always sometimes one-sided. Mm-hmm. So when a person actually falls into get into more wanting to be a relationship.
Stop.
When a person wants to get into more of a relationship and the other person has, mixed emotions about everything, then it's a little hard for everybody to come to agreements.
Okay. You say he's possessive about you, but he doesn't want you to be possessive about him. Explain that to me.
So basically, my phone can ring or anything like that, and he gets mad. It's like, who's calling you? What's going on? What's doing this? What's doing that? But as soon as I turn around, I see all these text messages in his phone. I'm like, well, you know, if we're not together, you're not trying to claim me, I'm gonna start talking to somebody else, because I can be with somebody that wants to claim me and actually wants to give me that commitment. Life's too short. You know, I don't have to waste time for that. So basically, like I told him, if you're not gonna pay for the cow, you ain't getting no more milk. So.
Okay. All right. Did that conversation occur?
The whole thing is with me, I'm a mirror. I mirror somebody else. When somebody is emotionally attached to me and they have those kind of ways about them, then I tend to fall into that kind of as animosity also. When you see my phone go off, or I see your phone go off, I'm like, dang, you all in my phone. Who in your phone? Who calling you?
Let me ask you. I guess I've missed the important question. Do you consider the two of you exclusive?
No.
Did you ever discuss exclusivity?
We discussed it.
And what was the outcome of that conversation?
The outcome of that conversation was the same thing you just heard. If you don't want it, then I can get it from somebody else.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's the outcome, yeah. I feel that if I care about somebody, then it's not really what you say, it's your actions. You know, actions do speak better than words. I could tell you that I love you all day long and then have a chick on the side. You know, do you really want that kind of drama?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you believe he is seeing other women?
Yep. Yeah, of course.
And what do you base that belief on?
Well, for example, this morning, I got a text message from a female that he said that he wasn't talking to anymore. He's telling her, oh, I love you, I can't wait to see you, but you told me that you're not talking to this female no more, telling me to trust him. He's loyal, he's faithful, all this bull crap. How can I trust you if I catch this stuff in your phone? Then he said he got her on block. If she on block, how she call her straight through?
Okay. Mr. Trotter, did that happen this morning?
My phone was actually rambled through. You know, if you don't go through my phone, then I won't go through yours. What you don't know when I hurt you. Also, on top of that, on top of that, you could be faithful. You could be faithful to a person and not do anything, but have female friends.
Okay.
With that
my question to you is this, however. Was there a woman out there exchanging words that are romantic in nature with you?
Well, I mean, it's romantic in nature, but we already had this conversation about that one person. So it's kind of complicated to tell you about it because when it happens, it does happen. But what I do is I don't put anything out, I don't do anything out and open to you.
So it was an ex and she just keeps on?
No, he giving her a reason to keep on, to keep calling her.
She is an ex and she still calls me and talks to me. But I'm not gonna tell her that I have a personal relationship with somebody else right now because it's none of her business. And I know that when it comes to technology, they gonna go on and cause drama. If it's Facebook, if it's Instagram, wherever social media it is, they will cause drama.
Okay, I got you. I'm with you. I understand what everybody's talking about.
I told him if Judge Toller can't do it, can't nobody do it. I've been watching you for a really long time. I've seen you turn some things around. If God can't do it and you can't do it, it can't be done.
Well, now wait a minute. Don't put me in that. Oh. You say Mr. Trotter has cheated on you through online dating sites. Why don't you tell me about that?
So basically, one day he left his phone open and I seen him on dating sites because he tells me if he don't get the cookie from me, he can go get it from somebody else. So that's basically what happens. He gets on dating sites and everything and starts hitting people up. And because, you know, he wants to smoke marijuana and I'm not home at the time, so he calls a female over to my house while I'm at work. And the female's on my couch to my auntie. If my auntie them didn't come over, they would have never caught the female there. She over there eating a big old bucket of ice cream, big and fat and sloppy and stuff like that. And he over there sitting really close next to her just because he wanted some marijuana. How disrespectful is that?
Mr. Trotter, you don't have to admit to anything if you don't. Hang on. You don't have to admit to anything if you don't want to, but if you care to address that situation, you may.
That situation, as far as medicinal purposes, okay, I do.
Come on, man. Come on.
I do share some things, but no, there was a female friend that got me some stuff when I first moved here. She had did something for me. That's all it was.
Yeah,
of course, I will talk to befriend a female that's not as attractive because I'm not gonna do anything with them. So that should clear your conscience. Come on, man.
Well, if you had a male, do you have male friends?
Yeah.
Does he object to them?
Yes.
Do you?
No.
Yes, he's lying.
This is the thing I told her.
My
I told
phone
her,
ring, he
the
go
whole,
hell.
The whole big thing to me is you can talk to whoever you want, you can hang out with whoever you want. At the end of the day, you come back to me.
See, that right there.
Do you believe at any point she has cheated on you?
I wouldn't doubt it, but I wouldn't
that's a
actually.
lie.
I want to look at her in a good light still, so I wouldn't even think about that. It wouldn't even come to my mind.
Why do you say that's a lie?
That's a lie because every time my phone goes off, all hell breaks loose. Who's calling your phone? Why they calling your phone at night? Why they doing this? Why they doing that? I'm like, dude, because you ain't stepping up. If you either step the hell off or, to step up or step off. That's what I'm here to tell her.
Does not the fact that she calls other dudes or is involved with other dudes irritating to you?
I don't put that limitation on her because I don't want to have that kind of in my spirit. That I would be jealous. That I would get angry at anything. This is the biggest thing for me. I'll say, hey, yeah, you could talk to a guy, you can do whatever you want to. The reason why I put that kind of no limitations on that because I don't want to be possessive myself. I don't want somebody to possess me.
But you are possessive.
So I'm not going to possess
controlling.
someone else. I don't control. I
Yes,
say she can do whatever
Give
she wants to do.
me an example of how he is controlling.
One instance, probably about a couple months ago, I was talking to this dude on the phone, and he was like, well, why are you talking to this dude? What's going on? Well, how long you been talking to him? How you gonna tell me you love him, you love me, and you're talking to another dude? I'm like, okay, well, you told me you don't want no commitment, so I need to move on, right? So he gets mad. He was like, well, how could I really be serious with you if you talking to other guys? So he brings up the BS. He makes an excuse to not want to do stuff, but as soon as I do something, oh, that's the reason why. So I'm here today to judge, like I told him, if Judge Toller can't do it, can't nobody do it. I've been watching you for a really long time. I've seen you turn some things around. And like I said, if God can't do it and you can't do it, it can't be done.
Well, now, wait a minute. Don't put me in that. That's it.
It's all Satan's fault. It's Satan.
Talk about, that's a little too deep for me.
He said he want a trophy wife. He wants somebody that look good to him or whatever.
He said that to you?
Yeah, but he ain't like that when he want the cookies. So what's the problem?
Do you believe Kenny is stringing Shelly along? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. If you would like your case to be heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Divorce Court. I want to talk about what I think is a big issue for you, Ms. Brabham, your sense of self and your weight. Do you have issues about what your weight is, and does that change how you feel about yourself and how you think he feels about you?
Well, yeah, of course, I had 2 sets of twins, so of course I'm gonna gain some weight, but I still look good to have 2 sets of twins, But the thing about it is he said he want a trophy wife, he wants somebody that look good to him or whatever.
He said that to you?
Yeah, he said he wants a trophy wife. He said, as soon as you be comfortable with yourself, he wants to put it like it's all me, but it's really him, But he ain't like that when he wants the cookies, so what's the problem?
Mr. Trotter, you said something very interesting in here. I thought it was just fascinating. He said, I think her self-esteem affects her organizational skills. That's kind of deep. How did you get that from her weight to her organizational skills?
Well, being organized always mirrors what you do in personal life. If you're more organized and you care about what you do and what's around you, you care about what's inside you, too.
You don't care about nothing. Look at you.
Hey, listen, I'm the most disorganized person in the world, but I do quite well in life.
Thank you.
I got a great husband, great house, great job.
That has nothing to do with you.
Great bank account.
When you have somebody that's OCD and likes to be clean and organized, when I like to be organized, I like to have all my stuff straightened out. Or if I have something that's missing, I like to be able to find it when I want to find it.
I get that. But, Mr. Trotter, I'm glad you said that, because that is the OCD mind. They have to have that external chaos to keep the internal chaos together. They want to be, that's a tick on your part, an OCD. Just because you're disorganized in your life doesn't mean you're disorganized in your mind. It just means your mind doesn't get disturbed by it.
Well, the disorganized shows on how you show yourself. You can like exercise. It's good if you're just sitting there doing nothing. Absolutely doing nothing. Just
So
chilling,
we're not
watching
talking
TV,
about organizational skills.
being colonel.
We're talking about engagement.
It doesn't show everybody. Some people are brilliant, and some people they are not organized, and they show themselves to be very good and very proper and very classy, and all the above. But those are the people that are very lazy at doing stuff, and they're very dysfunctional in their self. That shows on the outside too. So not
I think the organizational thing is a symptom of.
Just a symptom, yeah.
Symptom of, but not because that's.
It's not a whole bride about it.
Is the weight an issue for you?
The weight's an issue for me because if you don't love yourself, then how could I love you?
Well, let me ask you this. I know a lot of heavy people who are in love with themselves and quite fine with it and have self-esteem. Are you saying if she was fine with the way she is, you would still be sexually attracted to her?
You can ask that person that does feel that way. It could have been that they got to the point that they wanted to be that way for themselves. So they can feel good and not be distressed, not be depressed. So you have to tell yourself, "Oh, I'm beautiful."
My question to you, let me change the question because I see what you do with your stuff. Are you attracted to her as she physically, right as she is now?
Yes.
You are.
Still attracted to her.
Still attracted to her. Do you feel that he is not?
Sometimes I do.
And why? Is that something you're thinking, or is that something he's really manifesting?
Well, actions speak louder than words. He can sit up here and tell y'all all this mumble-jumble BS, but when it comes down to him talking about, oh, he wants a trophy wife, he wants this, he wants that, and telling me that my weight is not a factor, but he just said out his mouth, when you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta care about yourself. I love myself. I'm beautiful. And if you don't think so, another man will.
Well, my biggest thing is if I exercise and I like to look good, I want my other half to look good too and exercise just as much as I do.
Okay, Ms. Brabham. Okay.
That's what I want in life.
I understand what's going on here exactly. Why do you think Kenny refuses to commit to Shelly? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram @Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. My mother once told me, never make a man tell you he doesn't want you more than one time. And he doesn't have to say it with his mouth, he says it with his actions. If he says it by turning his back on you, he says it by not coming, he says it by not supporting you, he says it by all different kinds of ways. And number two, once he tells you he doesn't want you, you can't get mad about it because everybody is entitled to want what they want. You want what you want, and you ought to get it. You want what you want, you ought to get it. What you can't do is move in with somebody and then just decide, you gotta marry me now. He rescued you from an untenable situation. I don't know who your other fathers are. I don't know why they weren't there, but he rescued you from an untenable situation, and now you don't gonna put a ring on it? Come on. He don't want to get married. He has that right. I know guys and gals all over don't want to get married. They have that right. And you have the right to live where you want to live and go where you want to go, but at no point does the fact that he rescued you obligate him to commit to you for the rest of your life. You're responsible for the position that you put yourself in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
So if I were your mother, I'd get me a U-Haul, back it up to his crib, get my 6 kids and my stuff, and then I would keep it moving.
That's my house. He lives with me now.
Oh, well,
the roles have reversed.
We put him out.
Come on, man.
Whatever
the
you
roles
need to
have
do.
reversed.
Come on, get out with that.
Mr. Trotter, be quiet. I'm not talking to you.
All right.
I'm telling her what she needs to do.
Right.
It was a little bit
You know what I mean? You can't change what he wants.
That's right.
Or who he is.
Right.
All you can do is change what you do.
Amen.
And if you're not happy where you are, you put it someplace else.
Amen. That's true.
You with me?
I'm with you.
Don't never beg nobody to love you. It never works out. This matter is adjourned.
Amen. That's so true. From this day forward, I'm done. Finito. He can go. I'm over everything.
I believe that Judge Toller was right. And the fact that she told Shelly that she needs to just leave and leave us separate, go our own ways.
Where I'm gonna go, I'm gonna find a man that wants to love me, that wants to commit to me, that wants to give me everything that I want and need, because I'm a beautiful woman. I deserve it.
I'm looking forward to living a single life.